Hey guys, Kev here, and I got another Ferramonster in, and you guessed it, it's the Kroma, baby. So, I really wanted to try this knife after I tried the Xandros, and I went to their website to check that out. During the video, I saw the Kroma, and I actually saw the Kroma originally on their Instagram, and it was the one I saw with the purple accents that really drew me in. Now, that one's sold out. So is the Xandros. You guys went over there and just gobbled them all up after the video. So they don't have any of those. They did say they're making more. Now, there's still 3 versions of the Kroma available. So let's see what we got here. They said it was on the way before the purple one sold out, but I don't think we got that lucky. It just says gray titanium. Oh, yes, dudes. Ferramonster, you guys are clutch. Oh, I don't even know if I asked for this one. Oh, it's small too, guys. It's like a, oh, dude, it's a 6 size. That's so cool. I got the purple one. I just figured they'd be gone. Let me just flick it and see. Oh, damn, son. That be looking nice, dude. I did not even realize that studs go on here. Look at that. That's a very interesting way to install studs, isn't it? You have the Ferramonster pivot there. You got their hardware. Really nice milling on the scales. It's got that line milling. Actually, here's the Divo Stout V2. Ooh. Could this be the OEM for Best Tech? I don't know. A lot of people can do line milling. Oh, that's smooth. Holy shit. Try that again. That's pretty smooth, guys. Oh, yeah. The simple pocket clip. They're just really good at it. That contact point looks a little skinny. Let's see how that goes. The relief cut's far enough back from the clip. Might be fine. Let's see. Double seam. Goes in. Comes out. Single. No problem. No problemo. Nice jimping. Dead centered. Ah, oh, man. Look at that action. Let's try a lefty reverse flick because the D10's not, yeah. The D10's not like really strong because it's thumb studs. So even with a little pressure on the lock bar, I can reverse flick it lefty, which kind of, if you're left-handed, is a nice thing because it makes the D10 feel a little stronger and you get to flick it. Kind of a win-win there if you're left-handed. Now, if you're right-handed, it's a thumb stud knife. And they have a good location on the stud. It's pretty close to the frame here. So it feels fine. I think 95% of people are going to be like, yeah, it's good. It flicks. You know what I mean? And then 5%, the super nerds like me are going to say, yeah, I wish it was just a touch stronger. Especially if I was right-handed, I would definitely want this to be a little bit stronger. Now, as a lefty, the thumb flick's fine. Again, works. Not a big deal. The reverse flick is sick, dude. The reverse flick's money because of that lock bar pressure I'm putting on there. A win for the frame lock here. Dude, it's such a slim, sleek design. I mean, it's very hard to explain. This is an LMAX, by the way. Really cool. I like that. I don't have the Xandros here anymore. I already shipped that puppy off to... Did I? Yes. I already shipped that puppy off to my buddy Casey, Knives Fast. He's been helping me out with the pass-around group, so I send him like just a box of knives, and then he reviews them, and then he creates the posts for the pass-around group. It's been a huge help while I've been catching up. So big shout out to Knives Fast. Check out his channel. But that's where that one's headed. Just happened to be filling up a box when that review finished up. And I wanted the guys in the group to get a hold of that knife because it's really nice. Dude, this one is sick too. The Kroma, man. Holy cow. This is like a different animal though. So I'm going to compare this to what's in my pocket, which is, as usual, the Divo knives Binge. Blade Binge exclusive. It's the logo knife, as I like to call it, for Blade Binge. And I love this thing, man. And look at that. We got a little perp on perp, baby. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. Purple on purple. And you can see they're about the same size. So, you know, it's like a 2.9 inch blade on the, I don't know why I'm doing this. I should be measuring that one. Just wanted to show you the comparison and put some purple out. And of course, I got to get my daily Divo plug in there as well. I know some of you guys love when I do that. 3 inches. Yep, 3-inch blade. And then you got a 3 3/4 inch handle. I mean, it's a smaller knife, 6 3/4 overall. Very, very nice. Actually, while we're here, I'll show you. Some of you guys are waiting for this guy. Another thumb stud knife. Now this claps out, all right? That's how I want it, but that's got an exposed liner lock. It's got the Divo exposed liner lock setup. Yeah, basically the same size, right? So you're not going to be all over this lock bar, and so you can just make it nice and strong. A lot of times with frame locks, the reason why they're on the weaker side is because if it's a frame lock, they're worried that you're going to not be able to flick the dang thing if you have your hands over here, especially on a small knife like this. If the detent were a bit stronger, the way I'm holding it right now, it wouldn't let me open it. That was me. It wouldn't let me open it, right? So they kind of have to make it a little softer to make sure that that doesn't happen. Hopefully that made some sense, but it is really nice. I know I'm hung up on that, but as you can see, it is very flickable. Oh, did he just do a reverse index roll? What? Never done that before. I just made up a trick, guys. A trick. I made up a trick, guys. Let's see if I can do it left-handed. So stupid. I almost cut myself too when I did it. All right, I'm going to stop. Yeah, it fired that there. Now, if this... Okay, let me take that back because I almost said if this were my knife. This is my knife. Shout out to Ferramonster. Thank you. Yeah, they sent me this. It's a review sample, obviously. Now, I am going to pass it around, and then I'll get it back in like 3 to 6 months usually. And at that point, I probably won't even know it exists anymore. And I'll be like, oh, damn, that knife. I remember that knife. That's sick. Yeah, so if this were staying here is what I meant to say, I would put some skiffs in here, and then I would probably tweak that lock bar just a touch. Maybe not, because I'm left-handed. Maybe if I was right-handed and it was staying here. Because left-handed, I can flick it just fine. And, oh, that feels so good. That reverse flick feels so good. But these are going to vary knife to knife. You know, they're going to be a little different. There might be some of these out there that when you go to flick it lefty like this, it just doesn't work. It's bound up because it has a better detent strength. So, all right. I am going to shut up about that part. It has like, this is going to sound weird, but as soon as it came out of the box, I kind of was like, ooh, it's kind of like the chamois, dude. It's kind of like a Bowl Knives chamois, which is a custom design. It's totally different than this in a sense. It's slimmer. This is pretty thin, but that's like really thin. It's a custom knife. It's one of the best knives ever made, honestly. And it's got like a little front flipper here, and that's it. It doesn't have studs or anything. But just the size and the like silhouette of this kind of gives me chamois vibes. And that is 100% a positive thing. That is a compliment, okay? We have a steel insert. I can't stop playing with this thing. We have a satin finish, machine satin finish, flat ground. Now the plunge grind, This is not going to be one of the good ones, I don't think. It looks like it comes right in front of the edge termination. So if you sharpen this, you're going to get a smile immediately. Now, could you cut in a sharpening choil? Yes, you could. A choil. Because let me just confirm that. Yep. The stop pin locks up right back here. It locks up really far back on this little hook down here. Right? So it's not locking up anywhere near this area. So you could just take your Dremel and cut a little sharpening choil in, a little notch in right there if you wanted to. But that's up to you guys who do that stuff. Damn, this thing. Look at that. Just blurp. Blurp. Getting used to that detent and loving it. Oh, said I would shut up about that. Really nicely milled internally. By the way, guys, I do have a link to Ferramonster's website if you guys want to pick up a Kroma, sorry. They don't have this version. I'll show you what they have. They don't have any of the flashy, stuff, but this looks sick. That looks pretty cool. I mean, 182 bucks. Now there's a kicker, folks. I'll show you in a second. That's the one. I know. I feel bad, actually, that I'm showing you that one. Because I know a lot of you guys in the comments are going to be like, that one's sold out. You suck. Yeah, I know. Thank you to Ferramonster for sending it to me. I can't control that. I didn't ask for this one. Pretty sure. So, it is what it is. I apologize. But I still want to show you the knife because I had no clue when I unboxed it, as you could obviously tell. They also have this one, which really gives me Sebenza vibes. Now, it still has the line milling. It's hard to see in this picture of a, video of a picture or whatever. But it has it. That gives me some Sebenza vibes, and that looks good, dude. So that one's available. And then they have a black one, and that one has a black wash blade, has the line milling. These are all $182.50. Now, the cool thing, just want to show you, this one also has it. And this is bronze with gold and then black. That's probably the one I'd go for if I couldn't get that one. Or maybe this one. This one might be the ticket too. The plain Janer. Now, check this out. If I go to my old cart and you slap that LeftyEDC discount on here, it's one... Oh, what? Oh, it's got the wrong knife. Sorry. I already did. I don't know why it reverted. Here we go. Now it changed what was in the cart and added 2 of them. That was cool. $164.52. $164.52 for this knife in Vanix. Elmax steel, titanium, nice line milling. If you could get this version with the pop of purple, dude. And this is what I'm talking about when I say polished purple ano. Now, I'm hoping they can pull it off. But for our most recent orders with Caudabe, I have specified in the production list when I put the finish, right? So I put purple color ano, purple ano for the titanium on the thumb studs, pivot collars, clip, and backspacer. That's for the small boy. Obviously, the other one that's in right now with that is the Growler V3, pretty sure. So on the Growler V3 and the small boy, I have them listed as purple ano, and then in parentheses, I have polish. And that's because that's what this is. So what they do is, it's basically a satin, right? So if you take this thumb stud and look at it, this is a satin finished titanium, right? So if you take a base titanium, you put this satin finish on it, and then you anodize it, you get this nice, shiny pop of purple color versus a more matte purple. Now, this still looks good, right? But I do prefer this ano, as it really does appeal to me. from, you know, just the fact that when I saw this knife on Instagram, I was like, holy fuck. Like my brain just like freaking creamed its pants. So I like that a little better. So we're going to see if Kubi can pull it off. Now, hopefully nothing goes wrong in it, you know. Doesn't look like shit or anything, but I'm sure they understand what I'm saying. And if they don't, we'll just get this again, which is perfectly fine. But basically, when they do this anno, I'm pretty sure they're just bead blasting it. So I think they blast it, and then they anno it. And that's why when you get a blue anno from Kubi, it's kind of dull looking. I wish I had an example for you, but their blue anno on tie is pretty dull. Like the purple is nice just because it's purple, right? But it doesn't necessarily have that, you know, nice polishy pop to it. So that's something we're going to test out. Basically what I'm saying with all of that is Ferramonster did a great job with the anodization on this one that you can't get. I'm so sorry. So hopefully the guys who did get these are really happy with it. Hopefully you guys are out there too. I like how they did the thumb stud. It's kind of interesting. So they, instead of doing, because they didn't have the space here to add a thumb stud with a hole through the blade, it would have, obviously they would have had to make the blade taller, or they would have had to cut away some of the titanium here. They didn't want to do that. And they didn't do the thing that most companies do where they're like, fuck it, let's just do a thumb disc. I hate thumb discs, man. So they were like, oh, well, why don't we just drill a hole through the top of the spine of the blade, and then we can just place the thumb stud around that and screw it in. Pretty smart. So that's what they did, and it worked, and it feels good. And you have a drop point blade. Finally talks about the blade shape. It's a nice looking, standard looking drop point blade. Stock is relatively thin. Let's see how they do on the cut test. Not really a cut test, the cutting. Let's just see how they do with cutting. Don't need to be calling it a test. Like I'm over here fucking chopping wood or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty sharp. I suck at this. I'm telling you, it's 90% me and 10% the knife, but you know, this has oops, this is the side where I tore it, so maybe that's why that's harder, but you can see it cuts. I can't quite do the S cuts like I could with whatever knife it was the other day where I was doing the S cuts and I was all impressed. I think it was the Zephyr Integral from Kubi, but not positive. Cardboard, I have a little bit here. See how we can grip this. So we can choke up. There's not like a choil or anything, so you can either hold it back here or kind of, what I'm going to do is just go right up here. This isn't too intrusive, so I'm just going to try that. Oh, yeah. Easy. Dude, that thumb stud disc is actually really nice to rest your thumb on. You get a good plant there, and then you have the stud sticking out, and it's all along the top here. So it just feels like a plate that you're resting on. Where standard thumb studs, you obviously don't have that because they're down lower. So you're not feeling the studs when you're pressing down. You're just feeling the spine, right? Which obviously works. You know, if you're gonna cut with something like this, no problem. Especially if it's sharp. But this, really nice spot to land on there. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Very cool. Ferramonster's doing a great job, guys. Try not to ruin my new mat here. You get the point. It cuts stuff. Probably enough cut testing for me. It's nicely contoured, too. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put a ruler on it and show you. It's got a good contour on it. So you can rock it along. So nice, healthy contour. Really good lock bar access. It's cut back here a little bit, and then you have that chamfer down in there on the lock bar. Action is incredible. Let's see how she is with lockup. No play, no rock. And I mean, look at that. Whew. Really nice. Whoops, I almost threw it, but somehow like caught it. Looks like probably gonna be 4mm 3/64, maybe 5mm 3/64. Maybe I'll take it apart for you guys just to show you. I have no idea where my bit driver is. That's over here. Okay. Looks like we should just need a T8. Nice big hardware. I think that also is kind of what made me think of the Shamwari. Shamwari has like a big old anodized disc on it. It's really nice. T8 back here. Yep. Let's see if I have to remove that clip. Oh, is it spinning over there? Okay. It's just spinning. I think I do. I'm going to go just the top screw, and I think that's going to do it. Yep. Okay. Oh, look at that. They even have like a little bit of... Oh! Good thing I took it apart. Interesting. Okay, first interesting thing. We have gold on the barrels. Doesn't look like brass. It looks like gold, but... like gold anode, but I think it is brass because I can see the gold inside too. Not sure, it's hard to know. Is it steel? No, I think that's brass. Brass barrels, but could be something else. Then the very interesting thing is these bearings. These are not caged bearings. These are like nice bearings, like skiffs. They're just bronze instead of phosphor bronze. Skiff still has a leg up there because phosphor bronze is better. But they're starting to pack enough balls in here. I mean, there's no reason to put skiffs in this knife other than to put skiffs in this knife, which, yes, they are going to be better, but at this point, it's going to be a very small margin compared to, you know, stock, you know, cage or ass-ended bearings. Stamped is what I was going for there. Very interesting. So it looks like a standard 5mm 1/16. See if I can compare it to a Skiff though. If you guys want to support Skiff, it's a US company. Great dude, great product. Check it out. Use the code LeftyEDC over there. But I mean, it does make it harder when they're basically full-on copying at this point. I think they might be a different size. So let me just check here. These are obviously 1/16 balls. I think these are 3/64. No, they're 1/16. Okay. They just look, maybe it's the grease on them, but they look smaller somehow. I'll zoom in for you guys here. Don't those balls look a little smaller? So she said. Oh, maybe it's just me. So you could put these in. Oh, sorry, let me zoom back out. You could put these in and they should fit perfectly. That'll be the easiest way to find out. That's very interesting. I mean, I knew companies were starting to do this. In fact, I even asked Kubi if they could try to make bearings like that for our knives so we could get them sent stock with something a little bit better than stamped bearings because they just suck so much. But I immediately regretted it because obviously I don't want anybody to take business away from Skiff, you know. He's a good dude. I'd say Steve's a friend. So I actually kind of feel bad about that. It's just I didn't think about it properly, I guess. I don't know. But luckily, so far, Kubi hasn't done anything. And I did tell them, like, I don't, you know, I would not want you to sell these or whatever. I just want them for our, you know, stock knives or whatever. And they did agree to that, but let's see. So I think we got it. Yeah, it's the right size. And in Skiff fashion, I'd say they're a little bit smoother. Look at that, dude. It's like hydraulic on the clothes. Very nice. Dead centered, all of that. I'm going to put these back in. We can compare them. They're using some kind of thicker lube, like a frog lube type stuff. Been seeing that lately. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm just going to not worry about it. Damn it. All right. Guess I just didn't unscrew this far enough. That's what I didn't want that backspacer coming out. There's a catch in here so it sits properly. There. Let me just try something, see if the detent hole, since I have it apart, right? Nah, don't see any schmutz. Grab a cloth and just clean that. Okay. All right. I got everything here, yeah. Very simple, straightforward disassembly, reassembly, nothing crazy at all. It's very nice. And you can keep the clip on. You don't have to worry about setting the clip aside or anything, you know. T8 across the board. All right. Check it. Centered. Okay, we are centered, all that good stuff. Fires. Rock solid. Action is still fantastic. Yeah, it's maybe like, you know, the skiffs are adding maybe 5% on the action, and it could very well just be how I tighten the pivot, you know. Although this did feel actually a little bit more solid, so I probably could have tightened these more. So that would make sense, actually. And it feels great. So anyway, there's a look at the bearings. That's cool. The only other company I know doing that right now, I think, is, who was it? I forget. Jack Wolf knives, their locking knives have those type of bearings. But I think that's just something we're going to see a trend with Chinese knives. They're going to start doing that. All right, there you go, guys. That's the Kroma. Disassembly, reassembly a couple times for you in case you missed it. Overview, and yeah, my thoughts. I like the Xandros better, for sure. More my style, but I do really like this. And especially if I was right-handed, I would definitely give this one a shot if you like smaller knives. If you don't like smaller knives, you can just skip it. But if you're willing to check out a 3-inch knife, I think this one should be on your radar. It's really cool. I think Colin would really like this. Definitely going to show him this knife. And they have a plain Jane looking one. He'd probably dig that a lot. And you can pick it up with the code LeftyEDC for 164 bucks. I mean, that's really nice. So if you want to do that, follow the link down below, or just use the code on their website, LeftyEDC. Or don't. That's totally up to you guys. I'm just here to tell you what I think. And, you know, if you want to help the channel while you're buying something, that's cool. But if not, I'm just glad you checked it out. I'm going to try something new. I kind of screwed up. I should have told you at the beginning. But I'm going to start for 30 days. I am going to try to push the like and subscribe stuff more. And I'm just going to see if it makes a difference. Because I don't like doing it. I'm not too good at self-promotion. I'm good at like telling you guys to use links. But I'm still like, you know, I still make sure to tell you, like, you don't need to do it. You know. It helps, obviously. But, you know, the nice thing about the way I do things is I really only do affiliate links. So if I don't like something, I just don't have to tell you to get it. You know, or I can tell you I don't like it, but if you want to use the link anyway, you can, you know, then it's just up to you guys. But yeah, anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to see if the channel grows a little better if I start saying that more. So bear with me if you don't like it either. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Shout out to Ferramonster, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.